times a night you light that fist up?
Hey everybody, it's Charlie. This is going to be my non-spoilery Iron Fist Season 2 Immortal Weapons review. I'll also explain what's going on with Daredevil Season 3 because Marvel just released a whole bunch of information about when we're going to get footage that'll also probably be telling us when the premiere date is going to be. So I'll explain the timeline of where this fits into the other Netflix Defenders series. If you're new to the channel, I'm doing a new round of that Spider-Man PS4 giveaway. All you have to do to enter is be a subscriber and leave a comment on the video. I'll name a new winner at the end of this. Still waiting for Spider-Man to show up somewhere in the Defenders universe. All we need is a joke about another guy that swings around in a red costume on Daredevil Season 3, so we can cross our fingers about that. But all in all, biggest changes from Iron Fist Season 1. There are only 10 episodes of Season 2, so Netflix has finally started to listen to all your complaints about there being too many episodes and too little story. I would expect that to continue with the future seasons of all the other Defenders series too, like Punisher Season 2, which they're finishing right now, Jessica Jones Season 3, all the other ones, so they don't always have to be 13 episodes if they don't need to be. You've all probably seen the videos that I've done about the way that they've upgraded their fight choreography. They got the choreographer from Black Panther and Creed to supercharge their kung fu action scenes.
The Kunlun fight at the beginning with me and Sasha was beyond intense. We both really worked our asses off on that, and it broke us. But it looks great. It's exciting for me.
So just in general, it feels much more like a classic kung fu gang war instead of the boardroom drama that we saw during Season 1. Now, there are some problems with pacing. It still takes a little while to get going, even though it is vastly better than Season 1 in general. So I feel like if you were on the fence about Season 1, you'll probably really like Season 2, but if you flat out hated Season 1 and you're confused about why they renewed it for Season 2, even though it's better, Season 2 isn't going to change your life or anything like that. They did do a good job of invoking more Immortal Weapons Iron Fist history. I've talked about that in some of my trailer videos. They have flashbacks to Kunlun. You start to learn more about that. Hopefully, if they do more seasons or they do more with the character, we'll actually get to see an Immortal Weapons tournament at some point. But it's through those flashbacks that you get to see the classic comic book Helm. So you've seen that in all the trailers. When he's fighting Davos, those are flashback scenes where they're wearing the white uniforms, which is sort of a wink at the white comic book costume. In present day, he's wearing that yellow face covering with the green jacket. So that's sort of the modernized version of the Iron Fist comic book costume that he's wearing at the beginning of the series. Misty Knight is one of the big crossover characters, so they are crossing people over on each other's series a lot more now. Like Iron Fist showed up during Luke Cage Season 2. They've only released the first 5 episodes for people to review. Luke Cage is nowhere in the first half of that. I don't expect to see him in the back half either. Because this picks up after Luke Cage Season 2, Misty Knight has her bionic arm. They do more Daughters of the Dragon, and Colleen Wing is now a full-blown co-lead of the series, so she gets almost as much screen time as Danny gets. And all of her fight scenes and her choreography during Season 1 I felt like was great, so they just cranked that up to 11, but now there are physically more fight scenes with Colleen Wing because she gets more screen time. She and Misty Knight have a lot of fun. They bring a lot of the humor to the series. So does Joy Meacham. Remember how they spent so much of Defenders making fun of Danny's Iron Fist? She shares a lot of scenes with Davos, so when he eventually does get his Iron Fist like you've seen in the trailers, she mercilessly teases him. So they're not pulling any punches with taking the piss out of some of the characters. That they're being a little more self-aware with the series. Like, we know that you thought that Season 1 was garbage. We're trying to do better. They did do a good job of at least pushing into some of the Iron Fist history and mythology via the Orson Randall of it all, like the previous versions of the Iron Fist. So if you're a big fan of that Fraction Ed Brubaker run, there's a little bit of that in there. And obviously the new big character is Typhoid Mary. The thing about her though, even though Alice Eve is a great actress, she is a slow burn. So you're all waiting for her to go crazy, go to her alternate persona where she's like this badass ninja that just beats the crap out of everybody. It takes a while to get there. It's not like Luke Cage Season 1, molasses, slow burn. It's a little bit quicker than that, but it still feels pretty slow compared to some of the other elements of the series. Like you're just kind of waiting for it to ramp up to Crazy Town. They continue the tradition that all the other Netflix Marvel series have had of waiting to the halfway point in the season in terms of episodes before having a really big twist. Usually you can set your watch by this. Like if you feel like the first half of everybody's season is really slow, the second half is where all the cool, interesting, hardcore stuff is. Like I said, they've only released the first 5 episodes to early reviewers, so I'm expecting the same deal with Iron Fist Season 2. All the cool stuff will probably be in the back half of the season. But remember, it's only 10 episodes total. They did a pretty good job with the Davos character. The actor did a good job with his fight scenes. We already learned in Season 1 that he thinks that Danny is a trash Iron Fist and the legacy belongs to him. So this just continues that arc where they left off, where he was talking to Joy Meacham, forming an alliance. Joy also becomes a good foil for Ward and Danny this season too, because Ward is probably one of the standout characters from Season 1. He's still great during Season 2. And if there was any question about the timeline, remember, this takes place relatively soon after Luke Cage Season 2, but before Daredevil Season 3. So now you kind of understand why they had to wait to do Daredevil Season 3, because they had to go through all these other arcs of people dealing with what happened during the Defenders and then picking up the slack now that they think that Daredevil is gone, but obviously he'll be back. So by the time we get to Daredevil Season 4, hopefully we'll see some more Kingpin stuff crossing over to the other series too. What's going on with Daredevil Season 3 is the really good news. They announced they're bringing a panel to New York Comic Con. That's probably when they're going to drop the trailer. They'll probably have a title card at the end of that will confirm the release date. I'm expecting late November, really early December. This is like the latest little teaser that they dropped with a little question mark when they posted it on Twitter, just letting you know, where is Daredevil? Like, yeah, we're definitely going to be dropping the trailer really, really soon. New York Comic Con is happening that first week in October. There's a bunch of other trailers for other things that'll be dropping then, so I'll do videos for all that stuff. No worries, I'll remind people about the schedule when we get closer. What'll happen next is I have some new Captain Marvel and some new Spider-Man Far From Home videos that I'm working on, but leave all your Iron Fist Marvel Netflix video requests in the comments below. If there's any Daredevil teaser, I'll do a video for that this weekend, so be sure to check out Iron Fist. If you have any big questions, just post them on the video. Book TARDIS 394, you're the giveaway winner from my last big video. Please email me on the About page of my YouTube channel. Click here for that new Venom trailer with Carnage Easter eggs, and click here for that Captain Marvel official teaser. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.